studied English here. I've studied a lot of English back home.
Did you find the English that you studied in Egypt
Different than here, way different. Australia have their very special way of talking English. It's different than any other English in any other country. I struggled understanding, and it took me some time to kind of get used to the way of talking. And the slang, that's a different story.
Do you ever lose from your heart the fact that you grew up in Egypt?
Never. I haven't lost my language. I even still talk one of these classic languages that even when you go back to Egypt, they still wonder how do I still remember, because I'm Egyptian. But Australia is home for me. This is where I live. That's where my boys are. That's where our future now. This is home.
For example, it was first time to take my family last year to Egypt, and shortly before we went to Dubai to spend some time, and while we were in Dubai, they exploded the church in Egypt, and I thought, see how much I love my country, and I love Australia, but I'm also connecting my kids to the roots. I was really scared to go, and I was really scared that my kids might not love my country because of the killing and the hatred, the persecution. I'm not saying all people there are bad, but you never know who's walking behind you in Egypt. That's the thing.
When we arrived, my sister helped us because she sponsored us. We stayed in her place for nearly 3 months. Then we settled with everything, apply for the schools. The good thing about Australia here that helping the new migrant, for example, they offer me English courses. So they give me English course for professional, I think for me, 3 days per week. I used to go at TAFE in the city. 3 days I used to go there, and they offer also to take my young daughter in a childcare for that 3 days. Nice areas you go and visit and enjoy, like cities like Luxor, for example. When you go, you see the museum, you see the West Bank and all the old antiquities. It's really fascinating. So whenever we go, I like to go and visit. I spend all my childhood there. Yeah, it's nice memories. Yeah.
Anonymous Egyptian Woman 1 and Anonymous Egyptian Woman 2 both declined to be interviewed with a recorder. Instead, they allowed me to take notes. They spoke about remembering childhoods where they felt discriminated against even as children, because as a Christian in Egypt, they were among the 10% minority. Both decided to come to Australia where they felt that they could be themselves, and this is what they have found. Being able to walk along the streets without being fearful because you're a girl, and knowing that their children will have opportunities in Australia that would not have happened for them in Egypt.
Yes, because here we received from the security and the police warnings that they might attack any church at any time.
In Australia?
In Australia, yes. And they attacked a church at Peakhurst, and they slapped the priest on the face, but people started together, they escaped. But we are grounded not to fear, and we trust in the Lord. And if it is His will that any one of us life will be ended, it will be ended. So yes, some people are scared, but not to that extent, and not all of them. So I moved to the Shire year 91. I was living in the Shire, But I was moved from the Shire to outside to do the service I'm required. And when here in 91, I started renting, firstly, the whole of Sylvania High School at Belengara Road. We used to rent this hall from Friday night to Sunday, midday or afternoon, for the main service. Then we rented the Anglican church down the Tom Agnes Bridge for about 9-10 months. Then we bought this parcel of land we are in now. And then I rented the factory in front of us, number 3 Flora Street, to be close to the land to supervise the buildings and the stuff. Then we started the buildings step by step, and then we see what is. Thank God we have a lot. The Lord blessed us, and we have a lot. And for sure, every place we rent, we have our own icons and things. In the Sylvania school, I have to carry it every week and return it back. In the Anglican church, we got permission and we put a temporary wooden iconostasis, and on condition we take it all off after we finish, and that's what we happened. When in the factory, we did the same thing. We put temporary wooden iconostasis, and then we took it all off until we have our fixed thing.
They should know if he wants to come here and to live in a good standard, equal to his standard there, he must have the language. Number one, must be prepared to speak fluently, to be able to get the job straight away when he come here, especially if he has experience in his country. Qualification, very important. He must be ready to sacrifice some time until he's settled here. He should be prepared psychologically, be prepared to do a completely new life, better life, but it's different. He must prepare himself to work hard.
كان في أمان لما كنت في مصر، كنت حاسة بالأمان؟
ما بعد كده ما حسيتش بأمان.
من بعد ما سبتي مصر ما حسيتيش بالأمان؟
وانا في مصر حصلت مشاكل ما حسستنيش بالأمان.
She didn't feel quite safe in Egypt. There was quite some troubles there.
إبراهيم كان خادم في مصر، فكان في مشاكل في البلد اللي كان فيها، فاتصل بالحكومة كده فضربوه بالنار، وانا ضربت بالنار معاه، فاحنا جينا.
Her husband in Egypt was a servant in the church, and they were out in Egypt where Christians were not free to worship their God. So he was shot, and she was shot as well in Egypt in order to stop practicing the religion. انت كويسة؟
انا الحاجات بتاعتي حاجات سطحية. في رصاصة جت هنا بس انا كنت لابسة جاكيت كبير ربنا حماني.
Yeah. She said there was a bullet that came through under her armpit, but she was wearing a thick jacket, thankfully, thank God. She was protected, but she still has some minor wounds in her.
وفي خرز في راسي، وشايفة الخرز ده؟ في حاجات كتيرة في راسي يعني.
Oh, she's got a few kind of little hits, yeah, trace of the bullets and her right arm.
بس my husband كان بيموت بس ربنا أحياه.
Her husband nearly died, but thank God he's survived.
Father Tadros helped me and my kids and coming in Australia, and Australia helped me about everything, health about my kids. I love this country because free country. Some people not understand about Jesus, about the Quran, but help you. I'm not have any bad in heart. I'm feeling peace, not about before.
Do you feel safe in Australia?
Yeah, Australia is a beautiful country.
Yeah, I am proud of my ancestors because I'm always say that I am the descendant of the great pharaohs. So it adds up actually. This is my philosophy, that the country which opened us with welcome arm, I should pay back to the community and to the country which welcomed me and my family. So we are very grateful. Try to please everybody. Try to be of help of anybody seeking a help from me. It is the utmost enjoyment and give me a great happiness to support people in need.